No cameras, no
Where's the camera? It's like the main reason for graduation.
Dress rehearsal. Is it going to be the
Ryan. Alright, here we go.
Right there! Sheena Wire. What is this? There are like 3 people.
Let us pray. O God of all people, of all journeys, we ask your blessing upon this good occasion, an occasion that marks both an end and a beginning, that is both a letting go and a going on, that is both delight and, if we are honest, relief at having come this far. O Lord, for 4 years what was tested, it seemed, had to do with a capacity to remember things in the nick of time. Actually, what was tested in students, parents, teachers, and administrators alike was the capacity of our common humanity. Who can say, O Lord, which of us passed that test? But you are a gracious God, more accepting of our humanity than we ourselves. Help us today to understand that a familiar and oft complained of world, full of hurdles and requirements and assorted annoyances and more fun than was generally acknowledged, is about to pass over into memory. But help us to understand, too, that memory will perform a miracle, that looking back we may begin to fathom just a little of what it has meant to have walked this way for a while together, and in ways large and small, noticed and not, helped each other to become the persons we were created to be. So today may we be grateful and know it and say so to each other and take the best of it with us into tomorrow. For that, O God of all journeys, is what it is to live. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets fled glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner
seated.
Jenny!
Dr. Hipschman, Mrs. Stock, distinguished speakers, faculty, friends, and the reason we are here today, members of the class of 1991. It is my pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the Board of Education. It is customary in Scarsdale for school board parents of graduating seniors to speak. Robert November and I both qualify. Since I am less senior, I will offer a few brief remarks. He will speak later and longer. High school graduation represents the ending of the school board's direct involvement in your education, but certainly not the end of our interest in you. This graduation does mark the end for many of you of living at home and the protection it provides. As parents, we are now offered the relief of no longer knowing what is really going on. Some of us face the beginning of an empty nest. First, my advice to parents. Allow and encourage your children to try new things. Be tolerant of failure. For those who never failed, never tried anything new. Think less of safety and more of growth and development. Personally, I confess that can be very difficult. Be there for advice, not for orders. After all, we know that this class doesn't take orders anyway. We encourage them to think for themselves, a lesson they learned well. My advice for the graduates: remember those of us you are leaving behind. Your families, your friends, your teachers, your neighbors, your entire community, all of us who love you. Please call, visit, and share your dreams and your successes. Enjoy and embrace every moment of every day, and may all your days include creativity, hard work, generosity, and lots of fun. We will need your many creative talents to solve the problems of the nation and the world. Hard work will enable you to realize those creative ideas. Generosity to those who have less will ensure a better world for all. Generosity of spirit will create an atmosphere of goodwill for everyone. And finally, it is fun and laughter that will make it all easy. Good luck and Godspeed.
I speak to the graduating class as a Board of Education member and as a parent of a graduating senior. First, I will speak for the board, really for the whole community of Scarsdale. We are a town which believes in education and supports the school system with our efforts and our taxes. We have done our best to educate you, and today marks the completion of that effort. You are equipped not only with your college admission, but more importantly, with the intellectual tools and skills which will help you to lead productive and successful lives. And we hope that we have done our job so that you will always be learning and growing. Education should not stop today or the day you get your college diploma. The spark should be there for growth, for inquiring, for reaching out with your minds to learn more. There's always something more to master, more intellectual challenges to enrich your lives. The British poet Dylan Thomas wrote about it when he said, "I advance as long as forever is." The American poet Longfellow, in his poem Psalm of Life, said it differently: "So to act that each tomorrow finds us further than today." A great thing about life is that by challenging yourselves and mastering new ideas, you can continue to grow forever, whatever your body clock may say. But it is not only your minds which we hope have been expanded in your years in school. You have established friendships and grown personally. In the many things that you have done here, sports teams, drama, publication, battles of the bands, you have built the foundation of interrelationships, the ability to reach out to each other, which ultimately makes life worthwhile. And we hope you have learned that it is up to each of us to work together to make this a better world. Use your intellectual powers, your skills, your relationships to enrich your own lives and those of others. Whether in protecting the environment or giving time to tutor or work with others who need you, getting into politics to determine the use of public resources, take seriously your obligations to your fellow countrymen and fellow human beings. You and the teachers have been working for years. As you graduate today, your diploma is our statement that you have the base on which to build to realize your potential, that you will continue to grow in learning, in love, and in the fulfillment of your obligation as a human being to help others achieve dignity and happiness. Now I would like to speak as a father of a member of the class of '91. We parents face today with very mixed emotions. We are proud, each and every one of us, proud of the job that you have done in this school, and we celebrate your graduation and moving on to the next stage of life. But we are also a little bit sad, for today, the torch really passes from us to you. It's now up to you to light your own way and choose the roads and turnings which will determine your own life. We know it's time and that you're ready to light your own way. At the alternative school graduation last week, the student speaker, in talking about the many struggles, both individual and academic, which had brought personal growth, said, "I like the way I am now." And we want you seniors to know we agree. We parents like the way you are now, and we look forward to the way you'll be next year as well. Last week I took part in that unique Fox Meadow Scarsdale institution, the celebration of Daniel D. Tompkins Day. There we all sang the Scarsdale bicentennial song with its chorus. Now it's our day to shine, for it's yours and it's mine. The town of Scarsdale may have been incorporated for 203 years, and Scarsdale High School has been here for 74 years, but today is unique. The class of 1991 has done its thing and is moving on. So, class of '91, those words apply to you and to your teachers. Speaking for all the parents, let me say, it is our day to shine. It's yours and it's ours. Congratulations and good luck.
Throughout the last 4 years, the class of '91 has received a lot of support. This support has come from various people in a multitude of ways. One person who has been a main force behind this class is one of our advisors, Ms. DeAngelis. Although she only joined our class as an advisor a year ago, she has earned our deepest appreciation and respect. She has certainly gone beyond her call of duty. Whether it has been making spaghetti sauce for the senior class dinner, helping with the sets for the senior class play, solving government feuds, or just serving as a person to air our gripes to, Ms. DeAngelis has always been available and glad to help. Besides all her work for the class, she still found time to become more than an advisor. She became a friend. The prom committee members, government officers, play directors, and more specifically myself, spent countless hours in her office being cheered by her fantastic humor and her compassionate ear. A lot of work was done during this time, but more importantly, many special bonds were formed. On behalf of the class, I'd like to thank Ms. DeAngelis for all her time and effort.
To most seniors, Mr. Cavoletto is just another teacher in the crowd. But to this senior, he's someone special, a class advisor not afraid to cry. As a class advisor, Mr. C gave us ideas when we didn't have any, dealt with the administration when we didn't want to deal, and taught us cute little Spanish phrases when we didn't care. For this, I'd like to thank him for his honesty, generosity, and commitment. Mr. Cavoletto.
Right. Wow, look at you. The end is here, guys. I'd like to take you back for a second to September 1988. Picture this, if you will. Spanish class, room 336. A politically, then even politically active Lowell Goodman approaches his Spanish teacher and says, "Senor, how would you like to be sophomore class advisor? We'd really love to have you because you're so cool and you're just what our class needs. I quickly replied, Lowell, you've obviously asked 5 other teachers and they've turned you down, right? Well, yes, but we'd really like to have you. I replied, well, if you put it that way, how can I say no? And Lowell, as he was leaving the room, turned around and said, oh, gracias, senor, you won't regret this. Oh, by the way, do you have tenure? Yes, I do, Lowell. Why do you ask? Oh, nothing. It's just that our last class advisor was fired. Well, here we are, guys. You and me 3 years later. They haven't fired me, and you're graduating, so we must be doing something right. I often think, though, what my life would be like without having been senior class advisor. I would not have had to spend late nights in the auditorium crying during play rehearsals that lasted forever. I would not have to have sold hot dogs, burning my eyebrows on charcoal. I would not have to try to be creative to do fundraisers so that we would have a prom that didn't cost $699 per person. I would not have had to have cooked 40 pounds of spaghetti for spaghetti dinner, to which 20 people attended. I would not have had the pleasure to see Josh Cohen vocalize, screaming, hey, hey, we got a show to put on. And my particular favorite thing that I would not have been able to partake of was homeroom. Did I say it right? Homeroom, in which Lowell would yell at Alex, who would yell at Nick, who would yell at Christina, while Heather, Chris, and Jimmy just smiled. It was truly a pleasure. Behind every cloud, there's a silver lining, and my cloud was very filled with silver lining because at the same time, if I were not advisor to the class of 91, I would not have seen a group of young men and women put together the best damn senior class play Scarsdale has ever seen. I would not have been part of a decision-making process in which a group of young people dared to be different by having their prom on a ship. We still don't know if that's going to work out, though. I would not have been able to see a group of people learn the art of negotiation with the powerful and often unyielding administrative forces in the school. And I would not have had the pleasure to be part of a group watching young children grow to become young men and women. And that's what really makes me proud. Class of 91, I'm really proud of you because as a class you've accomplished a great deal in 4 years here, and you have truly set a new standard for which other graduating classes must live up to. For those of you who have allowed me to come to know you as individuals, who have opened your souls to me, I thank you, because it's from this that I have grown. And now, guys, it's on to the prom. Our goal, again, needs to be a collective one, a safe and fun prom. I know you'll be able to pull this one off, too. See you there on Monday when we will rock the Hudson, when the Statue of Liberty will salute the graduating class of 1991. Thank you.
Parents, family, friends, and graduates, hi guys. I'm very proud to be here today as your class advisor. When Ernie asked me if I'd like to share this position with him this year, I really took it out of my overwhelming sense of adventure, and I must say you haven't disappointed me, and we still have Monday. It really has been wonderful getting to know so many of you. I've made a lot of new friends, and I will miss you. This is a really exciting turning point for you, and I'm sure it feels a little bit weird today. You've wondered about this day for 4 years, and now that it's here, there are a lot of mixed feelings. In planning this little speech, I found myself going through a book that had many quotes, truly expressing what you're going through. It was your yearbook. Some of you are philosophical about it, quoting T.S. Eliot, "Every ending is a new beginning." You expressed your vulnerability and trepidation, quotes like, "It's a dog-eat-dog world and I'm wearing Milk-Bone underwear."
You've used words from Mick Jagger, telling each other not to lose your dreams or you'll lose your mind. You've quoted from your favorite philosophers, poets, politicians, rock stars, and Rastamen, summing up all that you're feeling. Be happy. You're on the edge. The edge is a good place to be. It's full of potential and full of possibilities. As you continue on, contribute to our world. Contribute to all that is good in the world. As you become the leaders of the 21st century, scary, isn't it? Keep your minds open. Think with your heart. We look to you to carry our future. Be powerful leaders. Use your power well. And as you go through life, remember the words of Guns N' Roses. Just keep trying to get a little bit better, said just a little bit better than before. I love you all.
In our 4 years at Scarsdale High School, we have all come in contact with various different teachers. Some stand out in our minds more than others. These few have remained our friends, advisors, and confidants during the years spent here. They have helped us through rough times, lent us their ears and wisdom whenever we needed them, and celebrated our accomplishments and achievements with us. One teacher in particular has exemplified these qualities. Whether you've experienced his charm in the classroom or have simply seen him smiling in the halls, none of us can deny his exuberance, friendliness, and love of life. He is a role model for us all, not only in his fashionable choice of clothing, but also in his attitude and outlook on life. With these thoughts in mind, we dedicated our 1991 yearbook to Mr. Rashid Silvera, who will now say a few words.
I hear you, Joshua. Graduating seniors, parents, grandparents, relations by association, secretaries, Betty and the cafeteria divas, Maria and Ernie, custodians and groundskeepers who put this together for us, and those who are not here in the flesh, but who are definitely here with us in the spirit. Welcome to the world-famous Scarsdale High School. I'd like to share this celebration, this yearbook feat, with a few people who have been seminal in my life, especially here in our community. The first one that comes to mind is the person who was my muse this year, the person who I dedicated my year to, and why I'm especially happy to receive this reward. That person is Dr. Bassani. Oh yes, give it up. Dr. Bassani's rules, his life, his ideas, his dream, what he's left us, are as solid as a rock. And in those times when I found no more patience available in any of my pockets, no more ideas to weave or create, I reached for that muse, Dr. Bassani, and he was there for me as he's there right here, right now, today. Another one of those seminal figures is Scarsdale's own Francois Rabelais Werner Feig. Don't act like you know who Rabelais is. Come on. In any event, for those of you who don't know who Rabelais is, perhaps you'll know who Bill from White Plains is. My man, when I first came to this school, adjust the microphone, Rashid. When I first came to this school, Werner Feig found me in his office as a mate. And before I ran into Werner Feig, I truly had not run into anyone with a story as bizarre as my own. But Werner Feig has a real story that is full of real drama, real life, and real education. He shared a great deal of his wisdom with me, gave me some of the best advice money couldn't buy, and was always there when I needed, that pass deep in the lane or someone to lead the fast break. Werner was always there. Werner, For you, babe. Mary Pitt is the first person I really think I see in the morning. I mean, I must walk through waves of people, but it's not until I get to the general office and I see that warm brown face and I give her that soft kiss. Well, I hope the kiss is soft. I'm not always clean-shaven. But it's not until I give her that kiss that I realize that I'm home. I'm back home at Scarsdale High School. She trims my sails, and she reminds me every day to give it up, young man. Put something in the house, put something in their minds, and while you're putting that something in their minds, don't forget to get something back, because they've come here with not only the homework that you've given them, but the homework that they've given themselves. So be open to these students. Wisdom from the chair right in that general office. So Mary Pitt, who's my sister, aunt, mother, grandmother, Muse, thank you. I know Ron Boucher runs a tough ship, and he has many, many, many coaches in his stable. But there's none more handsome, more suave, with more cut in his strut than Gentleman Jack Kaminer. Gentleman Jack Kaminer. Gentleman Jack visits my classes whenever he wants to, makes contributions whenever he wants to, borrows money whenever he wants to, and is more of a friend than I could ever ask for. He's a special human being. He runs his friends and his team with equal aplomb. Had it not been for Jack, as a matter of fact, and his technology at home last night, I might be standing before you here hooked on phonics with no speech. But Jack Kaminer, wherever you are, thank you. Tracy Kreisberg. Whenever I saw this beautiful lady in the hallways of our school, she always beamed out with a ray of confidence and a ray of hope that encouraged me to reprioritize what I was thinking about and perhaps understand how lucky I was to be guaranteed of more tomorrows. No whining, no gritting of teeth, no feeling sorry for herself, but only a lust for life, a very obvious, a very vivacious understanding that every single moment has something to offer. A moment of silence for Tracy Kreisberg. And lastly, people that you only know through the sense of who I think I've become. And those people are the people from 107 Townsend Street, where I was raised. They are here today. They have been here every day that I've been here. They encourage me to love you, to stand and stretch beyond myself, and to give you something special. Give you some of that something that they gave me. What many of you don't know, perhaps, is that in many ways I'm lucky to be here. Good people, let me talk about the appreciation that I have for this award recognition. As I've written, I say I'm simply blown away by this honor, not to mention the beautiful portrait that Lisa Croyne drew. She must have drawn it the way David Drew Danton, out of her force of love for me. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. I'm not quite sure who wrote up the profile. Was it you, Ross Bauer? Was it you, David? I don't know who wrote this up, but thank you very much. When you find this guy that you've described, I would love to meet him. Sounds like an interesting human. But thank you for that. In fact, what this recognition really means, class of '91, is that you've given me an opportunity to say publicly, thank you for the support, confidence, and affection, not to mention trust, that this community has given me. It's your day. And I realize, as your day, you have invited me here to speak your language. Maybe I'm standing here before you because you folks know how deeply I care for you as humans. As students, yes, but as humans, more. I care for you regardless of your homeland or regardless of your hue. I care for you. Maybe I care for you because we're members of the same tribe. I would not have believed that had it not been for people like the Racines, who literally adopted me, put me in their house and in their refrigerator and in their lives, and let me feel what it feels like to be a tribe member. So maybe that's it. It could be something to it. Let me speak about teaching for a moment. Above all things in all this teaching mix, what I am mostly, I guess, is a student. And one of the reasons why I try to make it interesting is I don't want to bore me. I literally learn right out in front of you. And maybe that causes you to feel that something different, something interesting, something absolutely outside might happen each and every day. I can't hide my enthusiasm. You guys know how I get. As someone once said to me, I'm the only person that she has ever met, yes, Lynn, who interrupts himself. I get that excited. Unfortunately, this was not always the case. My earlier school years were hellish. I was often referred to by some of my teachers, now listen to this, as too smart for his own good, someone who didn't know his place, or as my 7th grade teacher, my 7th grade science teacher put it, I was the type of person that would be the reason why my race would not survive. Let me show you, let me tell you how naive I was. When I ran that back to myself after class, I thought he was referring to my membership in the human race. That is the type of how naive could I have been. But my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, my extended family, my friends who knew all of me and loved me still, refused to let that experience or to let those types of hued experiences get me down. My teachers became my friends. My teachers became my friends' parents, like you guys, like you folks. School didn't become for me what it is for you until I really started coming to places like this, and especially a place like Scarsdale High School. I want to share with you something of why I think I'm even on this planet, and perhaps why we're on this planet together. I call it a treasure hunt. What are we here to do? What are we here to do? We're here to hunt treasure. Yes, Alexi, when you're sifting through the line, What are you doing? Are you trying to tackle somebody? Yes, right, Alexei, I'm looking at you. Yeah, I see you there, yes. Just checking. We're hunting for treasure. We're all looking for something special. And we enlist people to go with us on this search. We rarely enlist our parents. We should. We enlist our grandparents. We enlist aunts. We enlist even strangers. But we are treasure hunters. And once we find these treasures, we share them or we gobble them up as quickly as we can, but what we should do is remember to replant treasures, other treasures, so that those behind us or those beside us can also find their measure of treasure and be likewise turned on. But one of the truest treasures I have found that you can find out here is a good friend. I said a good friend, not a Swedish friend, not an African friend, not an Asian friend, not a Christian friend, not a Jewish friend, but a good friend, a friend called a friend of mine. The truest treasure. And once again, it was Dr. Pisani who reminded me of a type of a definition or of a type of recognition that friends can and should receive. Let me read to you from Dr. Pisani's speech to the graduating class of '85. This is about friendship. And then there were my friends from Scarsdale schools and community who showed me a love and concern that transcended all boundaries. David Cohen, for example, whose son was dying of a brain tumor, never failed to visit me or call me on the phone to give me his support and encouragement. David even called me on the Jewish Sabbath, a practice he normally would not do in deference to God. In addition, David had all his members of his temple praying for me. All this came from a man who put aside his own personal agony to reach out to me and to help pick me up from the depths of despair. And then he talks about his other friends, standing at his side while he faced life's great challenge. No one gave me more love than Nancy Krim, Eric Rothschild, Dr. Monroe Kornfeld, Vin Dempsey, Roy Stemmer, Roger Capucci, Neil Ginsberg, Jack Kaminer, Werner Feig, Neil Kropp, Marty Shaw, Kelly Ham, and a list of others. It is amazing, or at least interesting to me, that as I read these names, these are some of the same people who are still seminal in your lives and have certainly been and helped make the difference in my life. If I can beg just a moment to add some names to that fellowship of my own. I probably would not be here right now if it weren't for people like Judy Fox, Ernie Colaboletta, Linda Manlowitz, and Chris Renino, who were my justice partners, who spent significant time with some people who might not have thought they deserved that significant time before we met to accomplish something very special. I want to thank my muses, Audrey McGinn and Diane Robleski, Karen Brown, Mike Smith, Esther Perro, Nancy Horncastle, Mary Costello, and Evelyn Marino up in the Credit Bureau. Thank you, Evelyn. I can't go on, and it makes no sense to name any more, because what you really understand is that I do care, I do recognize, and in my heart of hearts, you all are terribly important. I would like to finish by suggesting that you do something that you might want to do even right now. I want you to shed your skins. Not shred your skins, but shed your skins. Now listen to this. In fact, young people, you are not graduating from high school. You are being graduated from high school. You are, in fact, in the right place at the right time. When you learn how to go to the right place, as you will at the right time, then you will have earned the medal to graduate yourselves. And when you learn how to graduate yourself and go to that right place at the right time, my God, will life be a pleasure. It will be deep, it will be passionate, it will be sensationful, it will seem everlasting. And in that context, I will almost end because I will not be responsible for any heat strokes out here today. I see you guys have gotten those folders over your heads. Don't worry, we're out of here soon. But I would like to say, and I would like to end, evoking the muse of Dr. Pisani again. Dr. Pisani was a humanist by his own definition. And he encouraged me, and probably encouraged many of you, to pursue Maslow's triangle. Oh, Mike Burke, Maslow's triangle. Make sure you're physiologically sound. Get sleep. Get water. Don't forget to breathe. Take care of the bodily waste. And once you've done that, stay safe. Yes, Craig Napolitano, stay safe. Keep out of harm's way. Don't do things that might bring you in contact with danger that you not necessarily meet at any given time. Leave danger alone. Stay safe. Dr. Pisani would also say, find some sense of belongingness. You know how we felt about family. Get rooted and get related. Get related to a place and get rooted in an idea. And then Doc would say, get some self-esteem, good people. Get to know who you are. Like yourself for the right reason. And then, perhaps then, you can be the best that you can be. Not the best that someone else wants you to be, but the best that you can be. And find satisfaction in your perfection of effort. God bless you, cats, and thank you for your patience. And go ahead and shed your skins and commence. Thank you.
Kenneth Rosenberg was a member of the Scarsdale High School class of 1986. He died suddenly on December 24th, 1984, in his junior year. Kenny was known and is remembered for his wisdom, compassion, kindness, fairness, and friendship. The Kenneth Rosenberg Memorial Award is given each year to that graduating senior who best exemplifies these characteristics. The selection is made by the senior class officers. We, the class of 91, are fortunate to have a classmate who exudes many of these same qualities that Kenneth Rosenberg once shared with his classmates. It is all too easy to lose sight of the importance of a genuine smile in an atmosphere as competitive, both academically and athletically, as Scarsdale High School. However, this year's recipient, an outstanding student and athlete, showed our class that there is always room for a warm heart in an individual characterized by his outstanding achievements. This young man has shown dedication, loyalty, hard work, as well as a very friendly, relaxed attitude in all of his activities. It has been evident that his involvement in the teen council, leadership on the varsity soccer field, commitment to class and school government, chairing of the prom committee, and his hard work in school have all been fueled by an honest dedication. This dedication seems to be directed not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of those around him. The many achievements this student has accomplished will be remembered. However, the memory of his kindness, honesty, trust, and his smile will always be the one we think of first when we think of this year's recipient of the Kenneth Rosenberg Memorial Award, Chris Lopez.
I don't know what to say. I can't tell you how much of an honor it is to be recognized for something like this. It means so much to me. I'll never forget it. Thank you very much.
want to do it.
I see many different faces: scholars, athletes, musicians, actors, volunteers, officers, and my many good friends. But today, we are all coming together as one single, unified class, the class of '91. There is one student who embodies the spirit of character of the class of 1991. He is our president, Lowell Goodman. He is a guy who is focused, commands respect, accepts responsibility, and is willing to make compromises. I've worked with Lowell for the past 4 years in the high school. He has been a great leader and a personal friend as well. There's one thing that Lowell said to me at the last cabinet meeting of this year that I will never forget because it truly exemplifies the feelings of us all at this time. He said, "Heath, after all the obstacles we've run into this year, and the many times I've said I can't wait until we're finally finished," he paused for a moment and said sadly, "I'm really going to miss it all." I would now like to extend my sincere congratulations to the class of 1991, and I'd personally like to thank everyone who's helped me reach this special moment in my life, especially my friends and family. I would also like to extend my deepest appreciation to the president of the class of '91 for his hard work and dedication. Ladies and gentlemen, Lowell Goodman.
Thank you, Heather, for a truly flattering introduction. Dr. Hibschman, members of the Board of Education, Mrs. Fox, distinguished guests, and members of the class of 1991. The first issue of the Maroon to appear during our freshman year reported that the new freshman class of '91 was plagued by a phenomenon known as the pseudo-deadhead. The pseudo-deadhead, according to Webster's 9, is any freshman who wears tie-dyes, listens to the Steve Miller Band, drives a Mercedes convertible, and is a false activist. Many of us brushed our long hair away from our faces, turned down the car stereo blasting Space Cowboy, and cried out, "How could a respectable high school paper like the Maroon print such filthy lies?" Unfortunately, at that time, I had to agree with the Maroon. Sure, I wore my tie-dyes around and had the old long hair, but yet no other part of that description of our class was as biting as the term false activist. In a class consisting of so many groups, ranging from jocks to nerds to the guys you know will just end up wearing bow ties one day, our class had one thing in common. People didn't take stands for what they believed in. They left it up to others to take care of their problems, and they blamed these others when things didn't work out to their liking. By this I'm reminded of the Sidney Lumet film Serpico. In this movie, Frank Serpico faces an impossible moral decision as he tries to rid his police department of the corruption its officers thrive upon. Serpico must not only crusade for his beliefs, but he must also risk the alienation of his peers in order to achieve his notion of a sound police department. Similarly, our school offers a multitude of opportunities for the students to speak up for their beliefs and to act upon them. And yet, for years, many of us complained that nothing ever got done because they didn't let us or because they wanted to control the students. For years, people have complained about the parking situation at the school, with grievances ranging from filling the dirt lot, to punishing the juniors parking in the senior lot, to moving back the chains in the teacher section of the Brook lot so that students can park there. One would think, with all these grievances then, that people would act and try to remedy the situation. This has not been the case, however. Instead, people have rationalized their inaction by claiming that nothing can really be done in a school where the administration is oppressive and is an oppressive and evil force that seeks to control the students. Now, whether or not the administration is truly evil is debatable, as we all know. But nonetheless, using this perception as an excuse was inexcusable. If Frank Serpico had accepted an oppressive police chief as an excuse for not changing the department, the bullet he took at the film's end would have been in vain. Our class, however, has forged new paths at Scarsdale High, and our actions have not been in vain. We fought effectively for the right to print the t-shirts we wanted. Then we showed sensitivity and maturity and decided not to print the shirts because of strong teacher opposition. Seniors organized recycling campaigns here that have changed the way everyone at the school thinks about garbage. Several weeks ago, I saw supposedly apathetic seniors organize a protest of the firing of 2 security guards here at the school. It is this last image that is branded most deeply in my mind. The image of 300 high school students, led by organizers from our class, cramped tightly into the dean's hallway. For some, it appeared to be only a swarming mass of teenagers cutting classes. But for me, it was something more. It was touching. It was pride-inspiring to see the group that was once hailed as the epitome of inaction and falseness finally taking responsibility and acting on their convictions. Whereas the first issue of Maroon emphasized the negative elements in our class by calling us passive activist wannabes, the final issue of our high school careers featured a front-page photo of our senior class members speaking their minds, not allowing others to dictate the way their school is run, and taking a stand for what they believed in. Just as the sit-in for the security guards marks a new direction for SHS, so should we, the class of 1991, seek to change the world in this way. The experience of standing up for 2 men we thought were unfairly fired is one that should remind us that we will have endless opportunities to achieve what we desire. But we must also remember that no one will do this for us, and if we refuse to speak up, then no one will, and we will be perpetually unhappy. As REM says on the back of my concert t-shirt, understand the power of a single action. Finally, I remember last year when we were looking for a second faculty advisor. The immediate response of most teachers was, "For the class of 91? Are you crazy?" The truth is, they were the crazy ones. The class of 91 is a class that truly came together. It is a class that will be remembered fondly for years to come. Their leadership came from a hard-working cabinet who never saw so much as a kickoff last fall. Leadership also came from a wonderful group of officers: Heather, Christina, Jimmy, Alex, and Nick, and 2... Clap it up. And 2 sometimes neurotic, but nonetheless wonderful advisors, Ernie Colaboletta and Maria DeAngelis. I thank all these people for their energy, time, and cohesiveness that helped us get through this year successfully. Mel Brooks once said, "It's good to be the king." Well, unless you believe what the other officers have been telling you, I've not been the king. I have been the president, however, and it has been fantastic being the president of the class of 1991. Thank you all for being such wonderful people. I cannot imagine a better group to work with than every single one of you. Thank you, good luck, and God bless you.
We're almost there. Seniors. Many people review their lives through the milestones and the benchmarks they reach along the way. You seniors may mark your years at Scarsdale High School by freshman seminars, the 10th grade social studies experience, SATs as juniors, and college applications as seniors. But your parents and your teachers note your growth in other ways. For example, we watched as you increased the number of holes in your ears to create a new market for lost earrings. We held our collective breaths for years as you trekked up and down stairs and ran in the streets with shoelaces untied and dragging behind. Then there were the clothing fads. You girls wore your father's underwear as your overwear. Some of you had the good sense to sew the front flap closed for modesty. I can only imagine the chagrin your fathers felt the next time they wore those shorts to the office and visited the men's room. Also falling into this category are Dad's flannel pajamas. I suppose these clothes exchanges might be considered a kind of father-daughter bonding. One of my personal favorites is when your parents gave you $60 or $70 to purchase a pair of designer jeans, only to see you hard at work with your scissors, carving holes and rips in strategic locations. Also of interest during your years at the high school was the variety of haircuts you got. The range was fascinating. Your parents went through phases too. First, there was the "I don't care what grade you get if you work hard" phase. That lasted about till the first report card. Then there was the "I only hope my child has friends" phase, which lasted until the first week you monopolized the phone from 6 p.m. until midnight. And who can forget the "I trust you, but I don't trust your friends" phase? That one may still be operating in one or two households. How about the "it's okay if you miss your curfew as long as I know you're safe" fad? That one is curious in that it kicks into gear on Saturday nights and is instantly canceled on Sunday mornings by the "where were you, I was worried sick" phase. Relationships between parents and children are curious things. Clarence Darrow said, "The first half of our life is ruined by our parents, and the second half by our children." Yeah, we all recognize that one. When I asked a few of you in small group conversations what feelings you had about your parents, you said, "They worry, they nag, they stay up too late, they go to bed too early, they don't go away and leave me alone enough, they ask where everyone else is going to college." But you also said, "My parents are cool, my parents think I'm responsible now, I used to hate being with my parents, but now it's okay to go out with them, and it's also a free meal." I hope I'm not giving away any secrets when I say that what your parents say to you is sometimes different from what they say about you. In my office, with teachers and deans, to friends and neighbors, and with relatives, your parents are your staunchest supporters, defenders, promoters, and allies. Theirs is a love that survives ripped jeans, weird haircuts, late parties, and senior slump. It is to that nourishing and sustaining resource you will find yourselves turning again and again as the uncertainties of college life and work daunt you. It is from that you will draw the strength to be for your children all that your parents are for you. This graduation celebration is for the whole family, and so I congratulate you all. Enjoy it safely and soberly. And now I'd like to call on Dr. Hipschman to certify your graduation.
Thank you, Mrs. Fox, and good afternoon, everyone. My role in these ceremonies is very brief. I want to share a personal message, and I have an official function to perform. Personally, I join with each of you, graduates, family, friends, and teachers, in sharing the happiness and pride that attends this special hour of passage. In the last 20 years, I have participated in several dozen graduation ceremonies, but they never become routine. Each calls forth memories and emotions that remain with us forever. As one who has graduated two of his own children from high school and college, I know that parents are mentally flipping through right now a scrapbook of memories. Memories made up of those special moments that have defined the growth of your children and your relationship with them. Savor these emotions as they come in and out of focus for you today. To you graduates, today marks the day that you are symbolically set free into young adulthood. Test your independence and the limits of your potential with responsibility. Treat failures and disappointments as opportunities for learning and growth. Do good things for others. Define yourself through your gifts to others, not through what others give to you or your personal assets. Before you go today, please stop and tell the adults who have guided you to this moment, your parents and your teachers, thank you, and tell them the trust that you now give me is well placed. You have my congratulations and best wishes, and now for my formal duties. Mrs. Fox, will these students in 1991 have met the requirements for high school graduation imposed by the Regents of the State University of New York, the Commissioner of Education, and the Scarsdale Board of Education of the Scarsdale Union Free School District?
They will.
Then I certify today that these students, graduates of Scarsdale High School. Congratulations.
Rana Christine Abdulnur. Andrew Akinori Adachi. Robert Scott Adis. Michael Ahn. Cami Ann Albano. Jane Erica Alderman. Agatha Stephanie Andreychuk. Jonathan Mackay Arnold. Andy Arsham. Lauren Asher. David Bear. Matthew Paul Baker. Antonio Balsamo. Ross Ethan Bauer. Jennifer Jean Beck. Emily Bench. Sharon Elizabeth Burden. Tracy Burden. Michael Stewart Burke. Marina Bernstein. Barry Lee Bernstein. Diana Bilizikian. Michael Joshua Bosian. Nicholas Carlton Bogarty. James Clark Vortek. Susan Marie Boyle. Benjamin Bentley Bendix Brennan. Gerald Anthony Brennickmeyer. Anna Elizabeth Brescia. Stephen Buck. Tanya Campus. Christopher Lee Capabianco. Neil MacArthur Capabianco. Lauren Hillary Carver. Jessica Sarah Caspi. Albert H. Chang. Chunan William Chen. Andrew Cheskin. Allison Beth Chester. Charles Y.C. Chung. Cecilia Suk Jun Cho. Lulang Felicia Chua. Doigu Chen Ling Garu. Thomas John Clark. Adam Jeffrey Cohen. Josh Cohen. Robert Matthew Collins. Jean Marie Connolly. Kathleen Costello. Catherine Cousins. Brian Crystal. Daniel Crystal. Eric Stephen Doré. Leonardo Cleaver Diatheti. Daniel Joseph Del Gercio. Lauren Ann DeRobertis. Gregory Christopher Little D.E. D'Souza. Christine Ann Donovan. Courtney Donovan. Tara Doughty. Heather Brooke Dubbs. Christopher Duffield. Craig A. Duffler. Matthew Duffler. Elizabeth Jean Edwards. Stephen Farrelly. Michael J. Feinfeld. David Todd Feuerstein. David Michael Finkelstein. Brian Fisher. Elizabeth Rachel Flisser. Eric Dan Flisser. Peter A. Fradkin. Amber Ellen France. Jason Frasca.
Rebecca Hillary Friedman. Deborah Friedfertig. Tiana Michelle Fryer. Dina Beth Friedman. Stephen Alexander Froelich. Junichiro Fujita. Ayako Fukasawa. Sarah Galloway. Naomi Jean Gelber. Jennifer Beth Getlin. Claudia Lisa Ginsburg. Laura R. Ginsburg. Todd J. Goldfarb. Elizabeth Goldman. William Jared Goldman. Kevin Bartholomew Goldstein. Lowell Ronald Goodman. Mindy Goodblatt. Eric Gordon. Jennifer Valine Graves. Evan Lewis Griebel. Stephanie Brooke Greenhut. John Michael Gruenberg. Joseph John Garante Jr. David Marks Haber. Alexi Holler. Lou Hara. Caroline Harling. Zachary Michael Harrison. John Patrick Hegarty. Mark Kenneth Henderson. Megan Melissa Herner. Rad William Harold. Julie Beth Hirschberg. Adam Herzog. Simon Hessler. Manya Elizabeth Huvenars. Marjorie Huang. Santa Dominique Hutchinson. Junko Ikeda. Alana Dawn Inoue. Kara Lynn Inoue. Linda Ishigoff. Tomoko Iwe. Mickey Iwamura. Diane Elisa Jackier. John Taylor Jackson. Jennifer Eden Jacobs. Alexander Charles Jaffix. Dana Kahan. Shinobu Kakihara. Edward C. Kang. Evan Greg Cantor. Mark Bennett Kapner. David J. Karp. Peter Karp. Mahendran S. Kathrathambi. Adam K. Mark Ian Keslow. Aaron Kesselman. Mickey Kitakazi. Matthew Greg Klingsberg. Douglas Michael Knopp. Kaoru Kobayashi. Theodore Michael Kokoris. Michael Jacob Kramer. Lisa Robin Croyne.
Lisa.
Laura Jill Kroner. Amy Rebecca Kunkin.
Alexander Kuznier. David O. Kwan. Shanna Meredith Landau. Amy Law. Jay Wook Lee. Brett William Leitner. Meredith Jill Lerman.
Jared Levin. Joshua Levin. Bradley Allen Levine. Charles Liao. William Liao. Daniel Hugh Sen Lin. Kun Chin Lin. Jennifer Liu. Christopher Moliero Lopez. Janet Lowenthal. John Patrick Madden. Catherine Madison. Sarah Elizabeth McGrone. Gregory Vincent Mancini. Maria Diane Morano. Deborah Jane Margarito. Mami Masubuchi. Dana Elaine McClintock. Andrew McCreary. Marianne McNulty. Allie Meredith Mendelson. Shara Victoria Mendelson. Dennis William Mency. Jennifer Ann Mercine. Alexander West Mercentes. Adam John Messenger. Tanya Meyer. Hideki Mimura. Sinoko Miura. Victor Mock. Raha Mudabar. Toru Morishima. Rochelle Moskowitz. Dennis J. Mulcahy. Laureen Thomas Murtha. Chi Nakasato. Craig Napolitano. Catherine Norton. John Nika. Mina Nishioka. Koichiro Nobata. Ayumi Noda. Kaori Norisayu. David Todd November. Danielle Offen. John Matthew Ojuro. Peter Ojuro. Sachio Okumura. Leonardo M. Oliva. Eiji Omi. Nicholas Oreskovic. Ifat Oron. Brian O'Shea. Matthew Pagan. Jonathan Paley. Karen Ellen Palmer.
Hey, Karen.
Sang Ewan Park.
Zachary Cook Palacio. Victoria Perlesci. Danielle Petrosa. Matthew Garth Piquel. Carrie Plato. Carrie Pollock. David Potak. Reka Rao. Teresa Marie Reinersman. Andrew Vincent Rich. Jennifer Roeder. Jennifer Sue Rowe. Jillian Roller. Eve Samantha Rose. Ariel Rachel Rosen. Matthew Thomas Rossi.
Amy Brooke Roth. Daniel Sander Rothenberg. Rodney Matthew Rothman. Samantha Paige Rothman. Robert S. Rubens. Jonathan Scott Rubin. Wendy N. Rabinowitz. Julie Robin Rutenberg. Jennifer Michelle Ryan. Joshua Michael Sachs. Louis Michael Sadman. Matthew Salivary. Scott Andrew Salerno. Daniel Saltstein.
Stephen Ashok Sandberg. Christopher James Sandleitner. Sheila Sarkar. Danielle Scarano. Lisa Amy Shan. Michael Shiro. Alexandra Whitney Schlesinger. Philip Henry Schlesinger. Susan Ann Schwartz. Corbin Alexander Seti. Shalini Sharma. Peter Thaddeus Sheehan. Toshia Shobayashi. Atika Schubert. Jacob Tao Silverstein. Amy Michelle Simmons. Bradford Pryor Simpson. Douglas Joseph Smith. Kara Heather Seifer. Tiffany Bridget Sue. Susan Miriam Spate. Sandra Carol Speck. Laura Margaret Stemmerman. Jeremy Mark Stempel. Randa Kara Stempler. Barry Lynn Stern. Andrea Stock. Karen J. Sugarman the First. Paul Thomas Sullivan. Susan Sun. Megan Sweeney. Leah Gabriella Sweet. Tadashi Takita. Naoko Takamura. Winifred Tang. Michael C. Thiel. Alan Ransford Thompson. Chantal Lillian Tolbert. Andrew Michael Tolchin. Tomoko Yachida. Peter Alec Unger. Hiroshi Yuritsuji. Ross Gregory Vanoker. Jessica Susan Ventura. Elliot Spencer Vermes. Desi Carlo Villanueva. Christina Lily Wagner. Dwayne Arthur Wallace. Andrew Michael Wallach. Jane L. Walls. Erin Elizabeth Walsh. Megan Amy Walsh. Nathan Philip Washburn. Catherine Victoria Way. Jacob Weinberg. Mark Jeffrey Weiss. Joanna Toba Wiener. Jeffrey Williams. Byron Shi Wong. Lisa Ann Warden. Amy C. Wu. Samika Yamaguchi. Tomoko Yamahara. Hannah Yi Yang. Zhangqi Yang. Atsushi Yasuno. Wilson Young. James Zednick. Sarah Zimbard. Ohad Ziv.
Now, I congratulate the entire class of 1991.
O God of humanity. And now to the next chapter, to the new time in their lives. From old friends to new ones, and may some of the old friendships stick. From the teachers here to the teachers there, and may some of the old teachings stay. From the homes of their childhood to the place of their own, and may they not forget to call home. Help them to learn a lot about the sciences and literature and philosophy and art, and also about caring and compassion and justice in their world. Whatever their academic pursuits, may they not flunk life. Inscribe them for blessing, O God, as the new chapter begins. May they keep learning how to write very well. Amen.
I'd like to now ask our friends and relatives to please clear the aisles for the recessional. Graduates, please rise.
Congratulations. stars.
Congratulations, Chris.
John, we get a little of that water? We get a little of that water? I see it up there. Wait, I'm really thirsty. Where? There's no water. It's an ice cream.
I know, I like that I was high. So, I can tell by the way you're really in love. And you
lost the tassel.
No, it's fine.
It's totally.
That's true. I'll get some. Alex! 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 Al! And Alex, take this. It was on the floor.